for letting us know. So we're saying it's not live on. Very interesting. So did it skip the whole thing? Did it skip the whole intro and everything on? That is very interesting. All right, so those that are in enclosed cosmology, apparently something weird just happened where it was only live on Take on the World, but we are now live on both. So I'm going to just restart from the beginning. I apologize, but thank you for your patience. Anyways, guys, so this is a Jubilees. Those that have never been here before, have never gone to a Jubilees that are here. It's basically a free-flowing conversation where we talk about a whole bunch of different things. So, I got a couple interesting things that I'd like to share with the panel, as well as those in chat and those that eventually watch this. But I'm going to start from the beginning and reintroduce for the third time Anthony Dickinson so everyone can hear this. So we appreciate your patience again.
All right. Third time's the charm, right? Shabbat shalom, everybody. And hope thank you all for being here. I hope y'all enjoy the show. And like Vader Bear said, we've got a lot of stuff to discuss and talk about tonight, and possibly a few new people here, and want to welcome anybody that comes in that's heard of us elsewhere, and thank you all for being here. Much love. Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Daryl Lee here. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, thank you. Yeah, I was waiting for a tsunami this morning, but it never happened. But doing good. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Looking forward to it, and let's get it going.
Oh, yeah. And it's kind of funny you bring up a tsunami now, not directly saw me. I got another similar fear tactic like that I wanted to bring up and show everyone. So, yeah, that's fun. All right, how you doing this evening, Frankie?
Shabbat shalom, everyone. It's the Jubilee. Let's get it on.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Oh yeah, I love these ones. It's like I feel so much at ease in these conversations, particularly because like I don't have to guide. I don't have to say, okay, come on, guys, stop this conversation. Let's go to this conversation that we were on. So it's totally awesome, and I enjoy them. And then, so for those that don't know, we have Lioness of Yah. She has a YouTube channel. I'll let her give you all that info, but I definitely want to welcome you, Ariel, Lioness of Yah, to the show. And for those that don't remember, she actually gave a testimony on the Rob Skiba channel. So go check that out. It was definitely heartfelt, and it was very feeding to the soul, for real. So go check it out. But anyways, how are you doing this evening, sister?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm glad to be here. It's exciting to be able to talk to you guys. I'm excited to see what you have to pull out today.
Nice. Yeah, me too. I was giddy about talking to them. About like I was like, gosh, this is so awesome. They're like, what? I'm like, nope, not gonna spoil it. You have to wait till the show. So yeah, that's coming soon. So sweet. Well, that's everyone that's joined us on the panel so far. Remember, everyone, this is a Jubilee, so anyone is welcome to come and join and ask questions, listen. Whatever it is, you're totally free to join. And to my wife out there, if you'd like to ever, come in and comment, you can do that. I know you're not busy. But anyways, yeah, let's kind of get on to it. I have a couple things that I kind of just want to share right off the bat and not hold my guns too long, because I think this is pretty interesting. So I was reading in the book of Enoch, and I found something very interesting. So for those that are in here, I can share my screen. So if you want to join, you can join. If not, just don't. And you will be good. But I will also show it on the screen for those who are on YouTube. So let me bring that up. Okay. So let's do this.
Don't
Okay.
you just love?
Yeah, so this is the Book of Enoch, chapter 20. And it says, and these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. And Secuel, one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits who sin in the spirit. And then Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and cherubim. Remiel, one of the holy angels who God set over those who rise. So the one I kind of want to target here real quick is this part. That Michael is set over the best part of mankind. So to those that are on the panel and those who were in chat, if you were to guess what the best part of mankind is, what would you think it would be?
Can you repeat the question?
So it says, he that is set over the best part of mankind. What do you think the best part of mankind is?
Love.
I
I'm
was
gonna.
gonna say love.
Love? Okay.
Yeah, they're love because I feel like there are a few words that every human can identify with without any outside bias, and love is one of them because it's universal.
Yeah, I would have. What about not to be Yah's adversary? Or no, that sorry, I said the wrong thing. To be Yah's, because people say the devil's advocate. So to be a Yah's advocate. What about like the people who grow up that aren't shown love? Like maybe they have the riches and they're very wealthy, but they never have their parents to really show them love. Like kind of in politics as an example, right? Like you have a governor that has to show everybody else love. That means his children really may not have a lot of time to get their dad's love. So, but just a thought.
I know that
Love one another though.
Oh, for sure.
Of ourselves. I think.
I'm not saying that's a bad answer. I was just kind of talking about it. Anthony, you said the same thing. What about you, Daryl? What idea do you have?
I don't know. I'm just kind of rolling it over my head that faith works by love. That's all I have.
So what? But you think so? You think faith is the best part of mankind?
No, I'd say it's love, but I mean that goes into a lot of stuff, because I mean, love can be a verb or a noun,
Totally.
But I would say it being a verb, would be the greater part of it, and the verb part would be, well, what are you doing with your love, and faith works by love.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's very good truth for sure. What about Frankie? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say love, brotherly kindness, acts of kindness, charity. Hey, how's my microphone sound?
Oh, you sound pretty good, brother. I does I sound them clear, but it kind of still sound like you're far away.
Really? I just played with the settings. Damn it.
No, you're good. All right, so I'm gonna reveal it to y'all. So in Daniel Daniel 12:1, we give we get an account of what's going on with him. So let me pull this up for YouTube, and so it says and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Well, that would be love.
No, but I of course you could interpret it, but just what is the best part of mankind? The children of the children of his people.
Okay, I can agree with that too. Yeah, absolutely. I got you, man. I'm 100% on board with that, brother.
So I just think it's so really cool. So okay. Thank you, Metro, for that. 1 second. It says, for my end, everyone's mic is a bit minus Vader. I don't know if that's just me. I can definitely turn everyone up a little bit. Give me a moment to do so. If that is the case. I definitely appreciate that type of feedback. It lets me know for those that want to later on watch it and stuff like that. So gonna go and just bring everyone up. So hopefully that helps everyone. Yeah, I just got a new mic, and I think that maybe makes y'all sound way less. Go ahead, Anthony. I'm sorry, brother.
Sorry, I wasn't meaning to interrupt. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Metro. He had joined us in our after show last week, and he's a dear brother, man. I tell you, I really enjoyed visiting with him. Fun to talk with. Great guy.
Awesome. Yeah. So I definitely agree. And yeah, for those that don't know, after every show, we do like an after show. It's more us just getting together and talking. As since we are on YouTube, we are limited in the type of things that we can talk about. So Discord gives us a place where we can talk about those things openly without fear of recourse. So anyways, come join us there. Those links are always in the description. It's a pretty interesting place. People talk throughout their week about tons of different things. And we even have voice chats, and we do the streams here and lots of other stuff. So yeah, come join us there. But anyways, I thought that was really cool, because I had really thought about that statement for a while, because it just doesn't openly say what the best part of mankind is, right? And so I started looking, okay, what scriptures are specifically talking about Michael, and I found this one where the great prince which standeth for, like, meaning he is over, like he is, like this is answering that question, like what does he do? Well, he's the great prince, he's the great, archangel that stands for the children of thy people. You could even say this is like the children of Israel. And it kind of like makes my heart sink, right? Because I believe like that's us, and so our children have like this mighty archangel over them that stands for them, that makes a path for them, and glory to the Father, that he put in a place this archangel, this being, to do that, to stand for our children. And that's pretty like BA to me, to be honest.
That really is.
I just want to change the subject real quick. Anthony put something up in music, and I put 2 videos up in music. So if you guys come to our channel and go to the music section, you'll see a video Anthony put up of a shofar blowing, which scared the heck out of his cat. And then me and Nick, our band Born Out of Time, we have 2 fresh new videos of a live performance we did last night. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to come to the Discord and go to music. All right, sorry to interrupt that.
Oh, no worries. No, it's you're totally good. But yeah, I just thought that was really cool.
saying something as well?
Yeah, go ahead, Ariel.
Oh, okay. You want me to go now?
No, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, people. He said what he was. But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I wasn't saying anything. Go
I
ahead.
thought you were. No, my bad. No worries.
It's all good. A lot of times, on the Discord, like if somebody's talking or something, a lot of times you won't hear somebody else talking, and sometimes it gets to be overrun, and we sometimes we talk over each other by accident. And I just want to let everybody know that sometimes it's not noticeable to us.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate
Hey,
that for sure, though.
hey Vader, have you had her share her testimony yet of how she got the flat Earth?
Oh
And,
yeah,
sharing
that's such
us
a that's. Thank you, thank you. I feel so silly for not doing that. So yeah, typically when we have new people come on now, I know you kind of already gave a testimony during the Rob Skiba thing, but we didn't really talk about flat Earth on Rob Skiba thing. Like Rob Skiba was a flat earther, but yeah, it wasn't really what we were focusing on. So I know we've kind of heard your testimony before. If you want to give that like kind of in a nutshell, and then if I can ask again if you need, but what was your like proverbial straw that broke the camel's back when it came to like going from heliocentric to your current belief in the cosmology?
Wow, the straw that broke the camel's back. It's an interesting way to put it because looking back, I can't ever pick one moment that it was like, oh, this is true, because it was almost from the beginning, really, for me, that I was watching a Celebrate Truth video. Okay, so let me give you starting from the beginning. Um, Honestly, 2020, night, I guess, yeah, 2020, right at the beginning of everything. I was considered an essential worker, and so I was working through most of the pandemic, but I was also that was a time where there was a lot of unrest, civil unrest, Black Lives Matter, and everything was going on, and that's what kind of started me down the conspiracy, but quote unquote, because which is not really conspiracy, but whatever. Um, it led me down that path, and by the middle of 2020, I was watching Celebrate Truth because another one of my friends had said, who was also researching into all kinds of stuff, um, about how our government is not really for us, how they practice lots of bad things, how our there are two sides of the same bird, the two wings of the same bird. But she was like, "Have you also seen Flat Earth?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And she sent me a video. It was a Celebrate Truth video, and I don't even remember what a movie it was, but it was one of their older videos from like 2015, and I can't even tell you what it was about it, but it just by the end of it, I was just like, this makes sense to me. Like it just made it was just like I had to tell everyone. Like, have you like like have you seen like the Earth is not moving. Like it's never been moving. There's nothing that they tell us that is truth. There is no truth anywhere. And then from there, I went down to ODD, and he has lots of great videos, and but his videos that really struck with me were about the industry, the music industry, the movie industry, the symbolism of you know the, the other side. I don't know how blunt we can be, but I feel like there's definitely entities out there that have symbols, and ODD TV is a great channel to check out about that. But long story short, I made my way to Rob Skiba because he had videos about NASA. And when he brought the symbolism of NASA specifically into the Bible and he brought it biblically, and it was just that, I guess, was the straw that broke the camel's back when I had a foundation, because it just made it all more real and it connected it to the living word of Yahuwah, right? And that's when I fell down the rabbit hole. I watched a lot of Rob Skiba videos and um and another thing about Rob was our connection in movie making and storytelling. And I just felt like he was a great storyteller, and I wanted to be involved in whatever projects that he had to bring the Bible to life, because I felt like we need more people who can do that. And um so from there, I my family did not really understand. I shared a lot with them, and they thought I was crazy, and of course did not want me to. They were like, "You need to get out more and go back to the Bible." My one of my aunts like wanted to had me have a conference with a pastor, with her pastor, because I was asking questions about the Bible that she just couldn't understand. Um, and I guess um, fast forward a couple of months or years, actually, because Flattoberfest was 2021. Gosh, guys, we're in 2022. It's January. The years really are flying by.
Oh yeah.
We're actually not in 22 yet, anyway. But anyway, lovely story. Continue, please.
Yeah, so Flattoberfest 21 was a couple of weeks after Rob passed away, and I had already been planning to go, but after his death, it was just there's just something about the I guess the more that I'm getting into learning who the creator of the universe is, and learning how I want to connect with him, and just through this whole thing. um oh dang, I kind of lost my train of thought because I was starting to get emotional.
Oh, you're
That's
good.
quite all right. And it sounds to me like you're pretty new to a lot of these concepts and a lot of these truths and facts and stuff like that. And I want to welcome you with open arms to the community and family that we have in a flat earth type community, so to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I am very new. Very green around the gills still. Still learning how to articulate for real what I believe, and really honing in on it. But yeah, it's just an awesome adventure that I feel like I'm at the beginning of.
And totally, and one of my favorite parts about it, like from the previous, at least how it was for me, is I get to have like childlike wonderment. Like, like I can speculate it on all day, but it's like it's not something that we can understand. You know what I mean? Like they want to, like for instance, the stars, right? They just want to say they're these balls of gas, super super duper far away, and your sun is just one of them. It's just closer to you, right? Whereas like now when I look up into the sky, it's like, what am I looking at? You know what I mean? It's such more of a spiritual experience looking at the skies now, whereas before it was like materialistic. You know what I mean? It's like you almost don't even look up in the sky because it's like, what does it matter? It's so far away from you.
Oh, I know, right? But when I realized that there was, the Earth is flat, we're not moving, we're not spinning, we're stationary. The stars, they just seem so much brighter to me. So like I look up right now and it's like, oh my gosh, you're so close, like you're so bright, like I can see you twinkle. Like that's not my imagination. And the moon is just its own light. It has its own light. It's not reflecting anything. It is colder. It's beautiful. And then of course the moon that we can see through. I love that. I made sure to point that out to my mom whenever we're together. And I look up and I can see the moon during the day, and it's translucent because you can see through it. I'm like, hello, if that was a rock, we should not be able to see blue. Like I can see through it.
You're pretty amazing. You just started a channel though, right? You just started a YouTube channel
I
and doing
did.
readings and stuff.
I did, yeah. So I started the YouTube channel after Flattoberfest because I wanted to have an outlet, a creative outlet to put into practice because I'm a creative person. I went to school for theater and for acting, and I like creating content. But I also feel like we have to talk about this topic. We need to get it out there, and I need to teach myself how to articulate what I'm trying to get out into the public. And I also need to create a space where I can thrive, really. I need to meet people who are like-minded, and I feel like there's not a lot of space of people for categories with, for me. So I'm creating some categories so that we can get the words spread more, because there's this flat earth is just one red pill, and I think it's the biggest red pill that brings you just to everything, and it just which brings you to the biggest red pill for me, which is the creator, and which is why I was getting emotional. Because we are part of nature. We are part of nature. That's what it brings it all back down to me, and then the deception of it all. Oh, I can't. It makes me so mad every time I
Yeah.
think about it.
No, totally. And how, like, when you like go to people with that deception, how you're
Yeah.
looked down upon. It's like being like, "Hey, get out of your building. There's a fire." And they're like, "Get out of here. I'm making my Twinkie sandwich." You know what I mean? And like, get out of here. It's Monday Night Football. And I'm not dissing on anyone that, like, I get things in moderations. I don't really like Twinkies, but like, I have my, everyone has their own things they shouldn't do, but they do, so I'm not throwing any stones, but I want to shout out real quick on the screen. I have her YouTube channel. Go show her some love and give her a subscription. She has a couple different things, a new thing, Women's Night. So I'll let you talk about a little bit about that. You do a lot of other like videos and shorts, but you also do a Rel Reads Rainbows, where you read out some different books. Right now you're on King the Throne, so talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, so King's Dethroned. So Ariel Reads Rainbows is me going through all of the books that I feel like need to be taught or need to be discussed. Books that you can't really find or aren't really discussed a lot. So King's Dethroned was the first one, and it's oh gosh, really hitting home for me the fact that science, quote unquote, which is really pseudoscience, what is taught in schools, how it was fabricated, and not dependent on any real factual evidence. And I think that we need to talk about that. My goal with that series is to eventually edit the live streams that I have into smaller videos, concise videos that actually teach the chapters. So that's eventually going to be something to look out for. um, So that's the one of them. But I'm gonna go through that one. I'm also gonna go through like Enoch and Jubilees. I think actually Jubilees is the first one that the first extra biblical text that I'm gonna go through. I'm also gonna go through
So-called apocryphal.
huh?
I said so-called apocryphal.
Apocryphal?
Yeah, they're called the apocryphal because it's like a. I'm trying to. It basically, it basically means like the books. They labeled it that term to. It's like a slight at the books. Let me pull it up for you 1 second. Oh, I'm showing it on screen. Nice.
Okay.
Right quick,
But go ahead.
Bear, I wanted to like give Ariel a offer that I'd love to come on her channel with her and discuss the because that's actually one of the books that I'm studying right now.
Oh yeah? That would be awesome. Oh yeah, that would be so much fun. Definitely.
I'd love to go over it with you because I'm pretty dumb when it comes to the Book of Jubilees. I know Josh, you're pretty good,
Yeah.
but I've lately been hearing and noticing that the Book of Joshua that we have isn't the Book of Joshua that Scripture talks about.
Really?
Now I'm on board with that now. I'm kind of 50-50 on this because I need to study it out a little bit better to kind of decide for myself, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people before me have studied it out and they've came to that conclusion. But now I'm kind of looking at that in a little different light. You know, I'm looking at it in what they may have come up with and see if I can see it for myself, sort of thing. But as far as the Book of Jubilees goes, I'm like excited to learn more about it.
Yeah.
I even read through it. I'm in the process of it now. Actually, I
Yeah.
think I've made it up to like chapter 6 or something like that. It's a lot to the Book of Jubilees.
It is. Oh my gosh, and the chapters are not short.
Oh no, no, we kind of got Daryl Lee a little bit on the wrong end last weekend. We had him read Joshua chapter 11, which it's about 3 books long too.
Oh
Hey,
god.
hey, I appreciate you, Daryl, because I feel like even like there may not be 100% accurate, but I feel like there was definitely some truth that we could kind of glean from that at least and apply to scripture and make some scripture make sense. How there was even a group of people coming out with him that, you know, was like, yeah, this type of behavior is wrong, and that the Father always does that. He always calls out anyone, even those, you know, Gentiles, which just means, you know, the nations. The nations can be, you know, grafted in. They can take the wild vine and graft it in into his tree, into his nation. So it's just so cool to like, you know what I mean? And you know, not to make a super big deal about it, but you brought up like in the beginning, Black Lives Matter, and for me, when I realized that the you know, like that the scriptures were real and literal, like that whole like evolution, and races in general melted away from me. It's like, no, we're all literally the same human race. There's just different tribes. Where did those tribes come from? They didn't come from evolutionary things. They came from the Tower of Babel, all the different catastrophes that have happened, you know, throughout the ages have made those things come about into different tribes. And we even see that in scripture, you know, like being, you know, multiple women saying that they'd have multiple nations in their tummy. And so anyways, I like, what's so important about that to me is like, when I came to that conclusion about the earth, all that other stuff, like the stuff that the powers that be try to put in front of us and make a big deal, whether on the news or, social media, etc., how it's all bogus, and how you're saying like that's all they do is lie. And it's like they like lie 99% and give you 1% in truth. But anyways.
No, I
Vader, oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to say this right quick though. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm with Vader there when it comes to that, because mainstream that I used to be subject to being a slave of teaches, I mean, just in your face division on every single thing, whether it be race, whether it be gender, whether it be gay or straight, or even what's happening on 9/11 2001 in New York. They lie about everything, but it all causes division. And I'm like Vader when it comes to this. When I started reading scripture for myself, I'm like, all those race lines and divisions and gay and straight, they're humans as well. And I almost immediately just started loving everybody, no matter what sort of religion they were in, no matter what sort of race they were, no matter what sort of tribe they came from. It's just every human being.
It's actually weird. Like that thing happened, but now I'm just like, oh, you believe we live on a globe? Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, if you believe that we live like as like a flat earth, which is what Bible describes. So I say, if you believe in what the Bible describes as where we live, it's like, I don't care what difference we have. That's the division to me. And I know that sounds insane. Even though I don't think it's a salvation issue. I think it leads to bad doctrine for a lot of people. But when I say that I don't think it's a salvation issue, I also want to bring the fact that I think that to a generation, and I don't know what generation that is, it will be a salvation issue. And I'm specifically talking about like 2 Thessalonians, when it says though, and those who that do not love the truth but will believe in the lie, when he causes all the, this miraculous wonders to happen, fire come down from the sky. I think that is going to be, for that generation, it's going to be a point where if you aren't loving the truth, then you are totally going to hook, line, sinker believe in that lie, at least from my understanding of scripture in general. But okay, now I don't want to get too focused there. I want to actually switch to something real quick. What's up, brother?
Yeah, a point that she made in the beginning of her testimony. 2020 was a huge eye opener for a lot of us, and it just showed us that they'll stop at nothing to get their own way. And but it kind of backfired on them, because there are so many more people that are like her, awake to the truth of what's really going on in this realm. And it's a wonderful thing to see that so many people are into the truth, that are seeking Yah, seeking the principles of the kingdom, seeking to know where they're at, what the timeline is, what is real, ciphering the lies from the truth, and finding out the truth, and it leads them all back to Yah. And that's the beautiful thing about it.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I just want to shout out real quick. Hey, Tommy, and Dr. Law. Y'all can feel free to join us if y'all want. In voice, if that's not possible, then I understand. But just want to say I saw y'all and everyone in chat. Metro, FEAR, Wendy Moore. Thank you for always being here, sister. It looks like we got what question mark? Captain Caveman. Marsha, April. Awesome. Thank you all guys for being here. Sorry if I missed anyone's name, but we do appreciate it. And then those that on Taking the World, just real quick shout out. to Chris and Liz. We so appreciate you letting us use your platform to speak to your audience and share our puzzle pieces with your family. So we definitely appreciate that. And we always say, hey guys, come join us over here too. We have a Discord where we have great conversations, and we'll be here after the show as well to kind of dig into other things that we can't necessarily talk about. But anyways, it's such an awesome place to be fed spiritually and get support, and it's awesome. But anyways, I wanted to show. What's up?
Bear, right quick. I'm very sorry to interrupt. But I need you to do a favor for me, brother. Could you go to the Take on the World live stream and make Joy True Jillo, I'm very sorry if I mispronounce y'all's names wrong, and April Zaruth, a moderator over there. Could you do that right quick?
Yeah, and just message me next time so I can do it. It's a time sensitive thing. But anyways, yeah, absolutely.
I know, and I'm very sorry for that. And honestly, I meant to do that earlier, and I kind of forgot. Sorry.
Anyways, before actually going too further, I wanted to welcome Kyle the Conqueror. He's a dear friend of mine. He joined us last time on the last episode, so he gave his testimony there, so check him out if you're more interested in learning his story. But anyways, I want to welcome you, brother. How you doing this fine evening?
Thank you. I'm actually super stoned right now, but thank you. I'm really here to listen right now because I can't really even talk.
Okay, thank you for sharing your detailed personal information with the internet. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, welcome here, and love that you're here, brother. But anyways, let's go ahead, and I had another thing that I wanted to show everybody that I pulled on here. I actually have a couple things, just interesting things that I found while doing research and things that I've noticed. So first, let me pull this up. Here's Take on the World, guys. If y'all haven't checked them out, here's their channel. Go check them out. They're awesome. It's youtube.com/Take on the World TV. But anyways, I look at Google Newsfeed. That's like the only intake of Newsfeed I have, but I also like adjust it so it doesn't show me a lot of stupid stuff. But I still get these pretty often. Now I just kind of want to read through these for those that can't see, and also for those that who are not looking at my screen on YouTube. But anyway, so it's a 3,400 foot wide asteroid will make a safe flyby Earth next week. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so close. And then a large asteroid stronger than a nuke heading towards Earth late January. Oh, what else do we got? NASA calls kilometer-wide asteroid heading to close Earth potentially hazardous. A potentially hazardous asteroid bigger than any building in the world to fly past Earth. Wait.
I was just watching a movie about it.
Potential hazardous asteroid will come close to Earth. Potential hazardous asteroid bigger than the Empire State Building to pass Earth. Kilometer-wide asteroid pass Earth by January 18th. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but it is ridiculous, is it not?
It is. They're making fun of us. No, but was it Look Up, Anthony? Or Don't Look Up? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Don't Look Up. It's a big thing. Now, listen, guys, I am making jest of it, but in my belief, I believe one of the next big things that is going to be a pop-off event to change the dynamics of our current, world as it is going to be a quote-unquote asteroid. Now, obviously, I don't believe in that, but I believe personally it's from Revelation 9. And the star given a key. Now, I could be wrong about that. I did have an interesting thought the other day, and I kind of said that to pull this up, but um, when in Kingdom, it was actually Kingdom Cast, his alternative channel. He had his, what is it? I forget the name of the actual channel. Let me pull it up for y'all guys. Of the series, I mean, Investigating Babylon. So his last one was the Evil Empire, and he was talking about a point when the cast Satan is cast from his throne, and I was like, wow, like, okay, we've kind of studied Nimrod, and at least from my understanding, he is this character who's going to come back. This is the beast that it's talking about in Revelation. And I know everyone doesn't agree with that, but just from my belief that that he did something, he became a mighty man in front of the Lord, the Philosopher's Stone, the Holy Grail. Like, I think all those things are esoteric ties to this character, and also pointed out how all the religions of the world have all these similar gods and have all this similar behavior. Which it goes contrary to the behavior of the Father, and that behavior that he exemplifies through his Son. So anyways, in this, I actually had this thought where he was bringing up that maybe the eclipse we see is actually a craft, like a floating sphere, maybe. And he even showed some interesting, like, quote unquote, like, science, and I say quote unquote not towards him, but toward, like, because it's like, if you have this big thing and you put so much air into it, etc. So anyways, he talked about him being kicked out, and I just thought it was interesting, like, maybe when he was kicked out, like, when he gets kicked out, I should say, that's the star fallen from the heavens to the earth, and he has the key to where Nimrod is, and he opens it up to get his special boy out. Now, it could totally be two different angels and two different occurrences, but I just thought that was... I just had an interesting thought about that and wanted to share it.
There's a movie on Netflix with Leonardo DiCaprio and the girl from the Hunger Games. I forget her name, but it's about a comet hitting the Earth, and there's the two scientists, and they go to the White House, they go to the media, and everyone pretty much just laughs at them. But it's funny that you bring that up, though, because I was just watching it the other day with the wife.
That's funny.
That's the movie I was saying. Yeah, Don't Look Up. That was that movie.
That's the name of the movie? Don't Look Up? Okay. That's what. Yeah, I didn't know the title of it.
Is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
And,
yeah.
Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence, right?
Mhm.
One of the most ridiculous movies I have ever seen. It's supposed to be
Me too.
comedy,
I agree.
but it is ridiculous. It is so stupid. But they show a lot of truth bombs in that
It's
movie.
true. That's why it's so ridiculous, because everyone knows that's exactly how it would happen. We would all die because we would be too stupid to actually look into it. Like, we would be debating ridiculous stuff without actually doing our own research and giving a crap.
Yeah, y'all are making me want to
Something like
watch
that
it now.
happened with Obama?
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't think I have it, but maybe I can find a way to watch it.
I'm
Dude,
not 100% sure of that.
brother, you don't even
Lioness would know better
Would know better what now?
if it's on Netflix or not.
Oh, yes, that's on Netflix.
Okay, yes.
it's on
There you go.
Netflix.
Confirmation.
Vader Bear, you don't have to watch it, man. I can tell you everything about it. It's stupid.
Yeah, no, I know, but they obviously did it for a reason, obviously. But anyway, so I shared that. I wanted to share this too. So I'm doing some research for some various things currently, And I came across this website, which is kind of a trip that I can just come here. Now, like, this is the kind of like front thing, but I see that that lodge members do have extra information that they can get into here. But it gave me some, oh, and everyone, they're they're just keeping people safe, right? Here, I wanted to read this and a couple other things. So this is Thomas Jefferson writing about this. So as Weishaupt lived under the tyranny of a despot and priest, he knew that caution was necessary even in spreading information and the principles of pure morality. This was given an air of mystery to his views, was the foundation of his banishment. If Weishaupt had written here, where no secrecy, and he's saying here as in America, where no secrecy is necessary in our endeavors to render men wise and virtuous, he would have not thought of any secret machinery for that purpose. So the reason why I know this is the reason why I brought this up is because there is a tale. Sorry, I have to find this again. Is it in this one? There's a lot of information, guys. I will give a link out where I found this, or you can just copy it from right here. But guys, there's so much information here. But gosh, where was that? So there's a tale about a man who was a carrier for the Illuminati, the Bavarian Illuminati, and he was struck dead by lightning. Now, the interesting thing about this site, and obviously it makes sense, and it is this is literally a apologetic. So I was like, man, why do they have all this information? Like, kind of giving me what they're talking about. Because what's really interesting, where is that? I'm sorry, guys. There's just so much here that, but hopefully y'all are kind of enjoying it and seeing what I've been looking at. I think it's this one. Okay, here it is. This is what I want to say. So, okay, this is very interesting. So I think there's truth in here, and I'm like, wow, why would they say all this stuff? But because I realized afterward, like, this is actually the reason why I can access it is because this is apologetics for Freemasonry and the Illuminati. So this part right here says, the retellings of death of Lanz, an Illuminati courier who was struck by lightning in Abschrift, illustrates the mythology that has grown up around the history of the Illuminati. Lack of research and a disdain for historical accuracy has led conspiracy theorists to confuse Joan Jacob Lanz, a non-Illuminati secular priest in Erding and friend of Weishaupt, with Franz Lordlang, a court adversary of Eichstätt, who was active in the Illuminati under the name Tamerlan. Burrell mistakenly translated Weltpriester or secular priest as an apostate priest, and subsequently writers such as Webster and Miller have repeated this error. Eric renamed Weishaupt's friend as Lanz and had him struck by lightning while carrying dispatches in Silesia. Miller cited Echtert but renamed Lanz as Jacob Lang and placed the lightning strike in Rasenborn. The importance of the papers found on Lanz has been overstressed, considering that his death on the 10th of July 1785 came sometime after the two edicts for suppression issued on the 22nd of June 1784 and March 2nd, 1785. And sometime before mid-October 1786 raids on Zouak and Brassus, the final edict on 16th August 1787. This is a minor detail in the history, but it illustrates the lack of accuracy often displayed by detractors of the Illuminati. So what my point about this is, he is not ever saying that a carrier wasn't struck. What he is actually arguing is the fact that these people who used this error, as well as Brunel, translated wealth priester, a secular priest, as an apostate priest, and saying so, like he was saying, oh, he was actually working with the priest instead of a secular priest. See, he wasn't working on both sides. And then his second thing is that the importance on of the papers that he had been found is overstressed, considering they had already started doing the raids and stuff before that person was struck. So this is what my point is this whole thing is apologetics of them trying to the outside world, outside people, to look. So I obviously was on this page, and it brought me over to here, and then it brought me to here, and oh boom, okay, we see this, okay, let's click on it. And it says, oh, this has nothing to do with Freemasonry. This was Catholic priests making these images and, and saying that's what the Masons were about. We've never had anything a part of this in our history. You know what okay, cool. Even if that's true, isn't it interesting that they're not saying, no, this isn't the God we have. Here's the God we have. Or say, we're not going to depict God because the scripture says to not do that.
Thank you.
They don't do that. They're literally apologetics and giving you half the truth. So, yeah, I just thought this was very interesting that you can have it, and they have this. They have all this information on the pentagram. There is literally so much information out of their own mouths, guys. I feel like this is a treasure trove to other researchers out there. So I felt really, really bad, bad if I didn't share this. So it's here's the link up here. Just write it down and go to it. I don't really want to put it in the description. So just pause it later on and go look it up. There's more information you would literally, and definitely now I will say those that are, are new into the faith, I wouldn't suggest looking into this stuff. Those that don't believe, feel like this stuff could ensnare some people, so definitely use caution when doing this stuff, because obviously they put this out here for a reason. So anyways, that's all I kind of wanted to share about that. Yeah, and actually that's all that I really had to share, at least for today. So
I know, Linus, if y'all wanted to say something as well about this particular subject, but I mean, I wanted to say something right quick on it. Is this is the reason that we're doing what we do, is so that we can provide insight on the things that they're like the world they're pulling over our eyes, like when it comes to mainstream, and even down to the Bible that we read. Even it's everywhere. The deception, it's in everything we look at. That's one of the reasons that we do our show, is so we can bring this stuff into consideration for people to look into it and look at it themselves and see it.
I agree. I completely agree. And listening to you go through this and just know for a fact that there are people who would come here and watch this and be like, what are y'all talking about? This is, my granddad is a Mason, my dad is a Mason. No, they're not that bad. I've looked into it. But it's like, guys, when we say that there is levels to this stuff, you have been indoctrinated from birth. Your grandfather has been indoctrinated from birth. Your great grandfather, like how far back it goes, you cannot deny that there is you know, I don't even want to say like sorcery or whatever, but they're practicing something. They worship something, and they are in your face telling you, and you cannot, if you choose to ignore it, I can't feel sorry for you anymore. I mean, I do honestly. I have a lot of pity now. We mentioned earlier about how, we see just humans now. I think we can all agree that we're all humans. We're all connected to nature, and we have a way to be connected to our creator, and we all see humans. But we I also I I feel sad for them because they can't, they're just so blind, and they don't want to wake up. They don't want to disconnect from the matrix. They are completely safe and comfortable and okay with living in
But they're
fear.
suffering, right? And it's like you see people suffering, and it's like you say, hey, like, I want to free you. And they're like, no, thank you. I'm totally good where I'm at. And I'm like, no, but but you're like, no, you're like, you're suffering. And they're like, no, I like where I'm at.
Exactly, right? Like, how can you like this, It's
Hmm.
like, I don't you haven't known anything else. Can I teach you something different? Can we go somewhere else? Can you go outside of your comfort zone even a little bit? Oh,
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I'm losing
here's
my.
the. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, but I have a really good example. It's like the news is telling everyone that if you go outside, you're gonna die, right? And it's like you
mm,
literally come outside into their house and say, "Hey, come outside with me. It's totally okay." And they're like, "No, if I go outside, I'm gonna die." And you're like,
you
Hey,
no,
know,
I literally just walked in here from outside. It's totally fine. And they're like, no, I'm not going outside. I'm going to die.
and
It's sad.
I wanted to say something along the lines of what REM was saying. It's not that we're trying to disgust anybody. It's we have so much love for you that we want you to understand these things. We want you to to notice that we've been lied to by the higher ups or the elite or whatever you want to call it, Masons, the evil one himself. It
mhm.
all comes from there. And I 100% agree with what you were saying, sister. Is we are not telling you this stuff as in like we're better or smarter than you or anything like that. We doing it because we love you and we want you to understand and see this that the truth.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
goes for literally everyone. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's everyone. Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like I realize that we're sheep that go to the slaughter. That's we're on our way to the slaughterhouse, and or trying to be led that way. And why would I not want to tell the other sheep around me that, where we're headed right now is not somewhere we want to go? Yeah, I cannot sit here and try to not tell you, but I can't do anything if you don't want to open your eyes and see where we're going. But I'm gonna try, and that's all we can do is we can sit here and say, "Yo, look, this is what they have done. This is where we're headed. We can stop this. We can change course. We have power." I don't know if you guys saw. I didn't really look into it, and I'm a big component of looking into things yourself. But I have seen a couple of videos of what's going on in Kazakhstan about how they overthrew the government. Did y'all see that?
Kazakhstan,
I
you
did
mean?
not.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
tell us
really
about that.
watch that stuff.
Yeah, no,
What?
I don't watch it either. And the only information I get is from people like you guys. We share information, we share links that we think are good, So I got
Totally.
a couple of videos along these same lines. And yeah, so people in Kazakhstan have, because of the mandates, because of the social um credit score that they were trying to impose, They were trying to say that you couldn't go to the bank and get your own money out of your bank account if you did not get jabbed and other stuff. And so they ran the politicians out of the country. Like the government is on fire, they're taking over, and the military is fleeing the country. Like the people said no. We can do the same.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's what we do. We need to stand up and say no.
And we can say it way more, right? Because at least we can have
Yeah.
guns in this place. But go ahead, Frankie. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, we have to stand up and just say no. Enough's enough. What are you gonna do? Take 5, 10 jabs? I mean, when's enough's enough? I mean,
They've already said indefinitely that you will have to take
Yeah.
these jabs indefinitely. Are you kidding me?
Well, this is the thing is how because I don't want to get too deep into that, guys, but specifically what I think is interesting is how they basically just changed the name of the flu. It's a rebranding of the flu because they've always been offered. Yeah, they've always offered that jab every single year for a long time, and it just wasn't popular. But they rebranded it and then had a big fear exercise, and so people accepted the new rebranding. There's a group that does, and there's others that their team is the old branding. They want the old branding back, and then there's the small, but probably bigger than one would think, of people that say I don't choose either. I see your dichotomy. I see your the delineation there, and I was like, no, it's not a delineation. It's literally the same thing. Like you said, I always like saying the two wings of the same dragon, because it's not even a bird, right? It's like literally a devouring, fire breathing, consuming, hoarding. It hoards gold and wealth and sits on it while there's people dying and peasants outside. You know what I mean? So it's not a bird, it's a dragon. And so yeah, they're always doing that. So that's all this whole thing is. It's just a rebranding exercise that it's like I feel like soon NASA's gonna have a rebranding. That's why all their stuff is super cheap and you can find it in Walmart and stuff. Soon it's gonna be like a Mars thing, but it'll probably be through SpaceX. They'll get all the money for the rebranding this time. That's just a kind of prediction, but we'll see. Anyways,
well, right quick, while we're on that subject, that's one of the reasons we do the things that we do is so that we don't fall into that herd category. Okay, for example, if we see our neighbor down the street get a new vehicle, does that mean that we have to run out and get a new vehicle to keep up with them? No. If the vehicle we have is running fine and doing everything else, what's wrong with it? Why should we enslave ourselves to paying another note? And that's what it's all about. It's enslavement. And a lot of people don't realize that being freedom, quote unquote, in America, you're still a slave to the almighty dollar. And we're actually going to cover this in a later episode, but it's okay. If you could ever get the almighty dollar out of your head and just say, I'm not worried about that anymore. Yah's going to provide for me. It becomes so much more realistic and loving when we allow Yahuwah to provide for us and not even worry about a dollar. It's such freedom. And if somebody says that they're not a slave today and they have to go to a 9-to-5 job and they have to provide for their family, they have to get the new minivan or the Excursion or whatever new vehicle comes out on the market, and they got to have all this new equipment in their kitchen because the white stuff or the red stuff ain't good no more, even though it still works perfectly fine. I got to get stainless steel now because Home and Garden TV says so, or whatever. You know, we're a slave to the masses, and the masses are a slave to the evil one.
Or
They
like
all are after.
Yeah.
I would say like the corporations, but yeah, kind of same thing.
Well, the corporations are actually a sub compartment of the evil one,
Oh, for
and
sure, yeah.
all corporations in the whole world that run all corporations.
Yeah.
Imagine it only being 6. Why not 7? Why not 5? Why does it have to be 6? But anyway, that was kind of my spiel, but I do have a bit of a testimony.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up next. If you wanted to go ahead and kind of tell everyone kind of some awesome stuff that happened for you here recently.
Well, I don't want to like step on anybody's toes either. If they want to say something or talk about something as well, if we got a few minutes left.
Oh no, we have some time, but go ahead, bro. We definitely have time. But yeah, I'd love for you to hear it.
Share. Go ahead, brother.
Well, as some of us know, and many y'all might have heard or something like that, I was going through a bit of a animosity in my life. I wasn't going to put on the mask to go see my mom, who is in the nursing home now, and it was something that's been on my heart. I just felt like I needed to go see my mom again. I wanted to so bad, but I didn't want to deny the image of Yeshua or Yahuwah, or what we are created in. We're created in the image of Yahuwah. And in my honest opinion, putting on a mask is covering up that image and hiding that image. And we all know that Yeshua says, I can't remember exactly the verse right now, but it says, if you deny me in front of men, then I will deny you in front of our Father. It scares me to death to put on a mask because I fear that I am denying Yeshua in front of men if I hide myself. It's not doing us any good. We all know that. I don't care if you put a whole box of masks on your face, it's not doing any good. It's like putting up a chain link fence to keep out mosquitoes. Anyway, I prayed about this. I wanted to see my mom. So I just kind of came to the conclusion of my own. I said, okay, well, I'm going to put on the mask and I'm going to go see my mom. But lo and behold, I went to see my mom. I didn't have to wear a mask. My mom was waiting at the front door for me to get there. We came outside. I didn't have to put no mask on. It's just such amazing how Yeshua works. He gives us the desires of our heart. If we seek
That's
it.
awesome. That is awesome, Anthony.
That's beautiful. Oh yes, that is beautiful.
I got to see my mom, and I didn't have to deny Yeshua.
That's a powerful word there, Anthony. Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Thank y'all for hearing me out. I really do love y'all.
Yeah, it's so awesome. He actually got to share that with me last night when we were talking, and I'm blown away by it now as I am then. Like, it's like literally, if for you in your life, it was parting of the Red Seas. You were up against, the forces of darkness, like at your heel, like cornering you in, and then he opens a way and makes there a way where you can go praise him. And it's so amazing.
Brother, I never really viewed it that way. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention that way. I never really looked at it that way. That is pretty amazing. But I'm telling you, when we follow Yahuwah and try to keep his commandments, especially the two that he gives us in the New Testament. Love the Father with all our heart, all our soul, and all our mind. And the second one is to love our neighbor as ourselves. If we keep those commandments, there's nothing that he wouldn't do for us.
Yeah, and those commandments hang on the law and the prophets.
I want to let y'all know that I have seen him work in some amazing ways. When I realized is this churchianity, mainstream news and stuff like that was so bunk and far fetched. It's so amazing the blessings that he's shown me in my life. You know, when a hurricane comes through and we lose power, I look on Facebook and I see thousands of people just saying, "Oh, this is so horrible. Why can't the electricity hurry up and come back on?" Like people down the street has electricity. Well, look at that time as quiet time that you can actually listen to Yah. Look at that as a blessing. He's given us to that, given us no electricity for a reason. He wants us to interact with him and to have socialization with it. I was talking with somebody tonight, one of my brand new Facebook friends. They asked me if I had a Torah observant community near me, and I don't. You know, at least that I'm not aware of. But when I went to take on the world, it was a blessing to me. I got to actually interact with people, you know. And don't get me wrong, I love the Discord and the YouTube and the Facebook to interact with people that are still are coming into even the faith of love and the Torah understanding and observance and all this stuff. I love interacting with it, but it's nothing like getting able to hug somebody's neck and shake each other's hands. It's nothing like it. It's out of my understanding in order to explain it. But that's one of our hopes here in Enclosed Cosmology Fellowship, is to give people at least the interaction as far as verbally. Even though we might not can hug each other's necks physically, we can do so in a chat or something like that. And anyway, sorry about my spiel.
Oh no, dude.
I hope to get to interact with more people more often.
I'd love to go to a Take on the World. That sounded awesome, and I really wish I had been in a place in life where I could have been at the last one with Rob.
Well, I would like for us all to keep Take on the World in our prayers, because there's some difficulties going on with where they're actually going to hold the conference, and if anybody can lend any help or lend any kind of options, or maybe show some open doors or something, you know, it'd be seriously helpful. I really do. I'm keeping Take on the World in my prayers. Chris and Liz are some wonderful, wonderful people, and I just hope everybody gets to experience the conference that they have basically started from scratch. They've done an amazing job. I want to pray that Yah gives them the strength and the endurance to make it keep happening.
I did.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, they're looking for another place to do it. It has to be within their area, though, because they have limited like travel range. So other eyes out there that are good at that stuff, look into it for them, and maybe some extra eyes on it could help them out. So just some food for thought. But say that again. I'm sorry.
Where are they located?
I believe it's Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah, the last one was just north of Columbus, Ohio. I can barely even pronounce the name of the town, but it's not even a town, really. It's out in the middle of a cornfield or soybean field or something. But it was an amazing place, I will say. But there's some stipulations of too big of a place.
Too big?
Yeah, it's a little too big.
I didn't know what state it was in, so good to know. I wish I could help out, but I don't know anything about the Ohio area.
Totally. For those that do, though, for sure. All right. Well, what did anyone like? Frankie had some stuff you were talking about earlier, kind of directing people. Go to the in the welcome center.
I'm sorry, brother. I don't think there's anything shown.
Oh, on that screen. It is on YouTube, but not in Discord. Give me 1 second, and I'll show you. It's gonna be kind of weird to share my screen in Discord on Discord. So I'll have to go like this. Okay, so so this is the welcome area. Now everyone gets a member role. That's just when you join, so it doesn't kick you out. But then you'll go to the request role section. Up here at the top, there's a whole bunch of roles. Now you can also request roles that are not there, that are not up there. Now, but we're not gonna do like the divisive ones. There's only a couple exceptions to that. And so just read through this. We also have like the rules section, the explaining what all the different servers are. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. People for the tour crowd, people that are into art, into music. We like to share content creators because I don't know about y'all, but I definitely have many times where YouTube does not notify me that people go live. So we like to share that for the people who do, kind of get around that. And then Speaker Square, this is where we all meet up to talk and verbally. And then we have some, topics that are typically considered, divisive. And there's even people that get together and play some poker, for fun and chat while they're doing so. So,
like all music.
Yep. So yeah, here as Frankie was showing, I'll go ahead and show. We got their band Born Out of Time.
Click on it.
Yeah, I don't have the. Yeah, there's no sound on. It's not going to show sound on here.
There's the videos.
Yeah.
Nick and I had our second performance last night at the Rock Den, and there's Anthony's video, the shofar above us. But yeah, it went really well. It's our second time. We're still working out the kinks on, how to set the mics up, where to stand at. There was some issues with my singing because looking down at the guitar, I kind of turned away from the mic. So it's a learning process. I mean, this is my first time leading a band, playing guitar and singing. And Nick is, he's singing and playing drums, which is, it's not an easy task. So, and this is his first time stepping out, playing his instrument and singing. And it was a new set of drums for him. So, he's still, learning on what he has to bring. And there's so much before you even start to play, there's so much stuff you got to learn. And like how to set up, making sure your guitar is tuned, making sure that the music stands in the right spot. So we're learning all that stuff, though. It's a process, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. And it's all original music. All of our music is original. We collaborate on everything. I usually bring a riff and a chorus, and then Nick will fill in the blanks with the verses. Some songs I write myself, and then he just tweaks them and refines them and puts the words that I didn't find, or and brings different suggestions, and it works really well together. We work really well together, and at some songs, if I'm not singing it well, he'll take over singing it and sing lead on it. So it's a we've only been doing it for 3 months, 4 months, maybe. We've been doing it since September, so that's what, 4 months, 5 months, and we have 20 original songs already. We played 2 gigs out. We're actually thinking about going live on YouTube and doing one of our practices live, so that might happen. I'm gonna look into getting a tripod this week so we can set a camera up, set one of our phones up.
Well, Frank, I want
Exciting.
y'all to
Exciting.
shout out, brother. I think y'all are doing amazing work with y'all's music. I know how difficult it is to put stuff together like that. And I also know how difficult it is for a drummer to be singing as well. Shout out to Nick. Amazing job,
Yeah,
brother.
he's doing a great job.
And honestly, man, I can't even play the drums, and that's my favorite instrument. But I know how difficult it was to try to become a rhythm guitar player and lead singer in a band. And
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot you have to like getting the book in the right spot, having the mic so that you can see when you're making your chord changes. It's a whole learning curve that I'm because I was a bass player in a band for years. All I did was sit in the background and just sing backup vocals here and there, but
follow that kick.
yeah, follow the kick drum and I was in the background. But this is a whole new beast. It's a whole new it's a whole new challenge that I'm taking.
I kind of want to speak to that heart, because I feel like I've seen a lot of that come from this group, because like to the YouTube part of it and the graphics and stuff, like I was inspired to do that, and then y'all like were inspired to make a song that we play at the end of our shows, and everyone's still excited and waiting for that other song, excited for additional stuff. But just the drive, and we have here Ariel, where she's having this desire to like spread this stuff that she finds important, and she's also part of the Kakalaki crew, and with Tommy and everything, and Dr. Law and all them, and so like them, like the desire I see in Tommy, how he helped us originally, and with the intro song, that's where we not the intro song, the countdown timer song, like that was composed for our show. And I just, all this love that I see in this community lets me know I'm on the right path, where I feel like all the other paths, the other communities that exist in the world, they all feel so shallow to me now, as opposed to people who are seeking the truth. So I that's what I love about this community, and that's what we're after. Iron sharpens iron. That requires heat, friction, and the removal of material. So we always have to be willing, and as we have definitely with cosmology, be willing to ego check ourselves and say, hey, what I believe, do I really believe it? Do I really know it? Or do I just think I know it? And that path it's definitely daunting, right? Like in thing you were saying, Frankie, it's like so daunting, like all these things I got to do. And even in, me creating the animations and stuff, and trying to make those ideas that I have in my head come out into stuff that other people can see. It's daunting, but when you start doing it, you have this just desire to keep doing it, and I see that in y'all, and it's just so awesome.
Yeah, I have a real respect for guys that do what they do, because there's a lot that goes into it. They make it look so simple too, like the guy that James we used to jam with. He made it look so simple, like anybody could do it. But he's been doing it for 30 years, so he knows how to set up. He knows to be tuned before he goes up, to have everything set up. His pedals are all set, ready to go, so that when he just starts playing it all just flows effortlessly, and it looks like, he's been doing it for 30 years, because he has. You know what I mean? But it's so and this community, it's a brotherhood, a brother and a sisterhood. It's a family, man. We're all together, seeking a way out of the matrix, and just trying to uh, encourage the next person that we run into in love to just be free, be free from all these lies and deceptions. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. And a lot of what you said, Vader Bear, was really resonated with me because, you know, I don't know if you guys heard Pastor Jim Staley's word from this week. But one of the passages said how the musicians are being gathered and the warriors that have been trained through the holy fires. Like that's just, it's so crazy because I'm trying to get into music too, talking about Tommy, and Tommy's working with me and working with other people to make original music because we have to. I feel like music is a way to praise, you know? Music is
Oh
is
yeah,
is so
definitely.
beautiful, and it has such power that we can't even really fathom, but I don't feel like I'm musically inclined at all, but at the same time I have a song in my heart, and so it's like all of
Well,
us
if you
are.
can write lyrics, that's all. That's all. And there's not enough life music. There's so much death music out there that just spreads fear and death and carnality. We need more
It's like,
life music.
yeah, like
Music that,
material versus spirit.
yeah, we need more spirit-led music, more life music, more praise to Yah, more good music that's just like uplifting. I mean, Van Halen's one of my favorite bands. You know why? Because their music is just fun. It's uplifting. It's fun. It's good. It's having a good time. It's life. And it's happy. It makes you feel happy, and that's what music's supposed to do. It's supposed to get you out of your all your problems and your the rugamoo of going to work and paying the bills and doing the things we need to do to survive. Music is supposed to take you to a place where there's fantasy, there's love, there's fun, there's giving, there's joy, there's peace. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
I kind of get it. Me personally, I music is kind of hard for me because, um, like when I look back on a lot of the music that I like, I see a lot of darkness in it, and so it's like I still enjoy the music. Like when I hear it, I can sing the songs and I can, I know it, but and I know there's those out there that would see like electronic music as, MK Ultra music or what have you, but like I almost, me personally, like that type of music because I can sing my own song, and typically when I'm listening to music, for me personally, it's to worship. So when there's a lot of lyrics to it, I enjoy, like, that's why I kind of enjoy country songs, because like country songs, like
Yeah,
old ones, they tell
storytelling.
stories, right?
Yeah, that's what that's a lot of our music. I'm writing a lot of songs that tell a story. I'm
Yeah,
working on about David.
yeah.
It's
I want
it's
to.
standing in the shadow of your wings, amazed by the glory he made me his king. Uh, Yah, my father, he loves me. He's taken me from the field to the palace and exalted me. I mean, the first half's going to be about David, and then the second half is going to be about how Yeshua and David and had brought us into a covenant like David. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
I
it's a
want to.
story. I like telling a story in a song.
I just kind of want to shout out the people that do uh spread their love through music. It takes a lot of uh like audacity or whatever. Audacity is not the word I'm looking for, y'all. It takes a lot of courage to stand up and shout what is in your heart to Yah. Now, whether it's demonic music or like the mainstream music, country music, for example, whether it's that or not, it that part doesn't matter. If the music itself is being a joyful noise unto the Lord, it doesn't matter if you can strike a first note on a guitar or a drum or ukulele or whatever. As long as in your heart you mean that for loving Yah, you love what you do.
Yeah, no, I feel you
I
there.
got a song called
It's hard to explain, but I gotta say, music comes from your heart, not from your vocal or stomach or nerves or anything like that. Music comes from your heart.
Totally. And I wanted to share something real quick, Frankie, to something that she said a little bit ago, where you were saying, like, you see them as sheep to the slaughter. And there's actually a passage about that. It's literally one that kind of changed my life at the time, when like, it's still meaningful to me, but at a time in my life, it was kind of come to the Father moment, come to the Son moment. But I'm gonna pull it up on screen real quick. So it's actually from Romans 8, and it starts out and it says, "As and here I'll share my screen." Oop. 1 second, guys. Let me do this. I just got to share my screen with her, so bear with me. Screen 2. Go live. Okay, there you can see my screen, and now I can share it back with YouTube. Okay, there you go, guys. So it says, "As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yah, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord." So, yeah, it does feel like we are counted as sheep to the slaughter, but nay, we are more than conquerors through him who loves us. So just a little uplifting there for everyone, right? Because this world can seem pretty dark, but the Father definitely has our back.
Amen.
Yeah, getting back to the music, I have a song called Saul to Paul. And it opens up with, "Saul, why do you persecute me? I'm your savior, can't you see?" But then the chorus changes, "Paul, come and follow me. Lead the Gentiles from captivity. Paul, come and follow." I mean, I love telling a story in music. I was just listening to a country song. It's called My Boy. It's about a stepfather who has a love for his stepson. He's not my blood, but he's my boy. Yeah, it's telling a story in a song that's so cool, man.
Yeah, I
And
definitely agree.
doing a lot more writing of that. And we are more than conquerors. That's the beauty of the relationship we have between the Father and Yeshua, that he's made us more than conquerors, but you have to
And
know that.
like that, brother. We should all accept each and every brother and sister as our family, no matter if they're a troll. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people get disgusted with when trolls jump in their chat or something like that, but even they deserve to hear the gospel of the kingdom.
Yeah, it does really get hard, at least for me, for Glow believers. Like, it's like literally one of my biggest struggles to be like humble and patient, specifically when it comes to that topic. Because, like, to me, and it's a big topic, because it's like, if you're starting off Genesis 1, having to interpret it to make it make sense to what we quote unquote know, then you have to do that for all scripture. You know, it's like you have to, how can you take some literal when the very beginning of it was like literally completely interpretation needed? So anyways, I don't want to pull off too flow from that.
Well, I was literally told that when we don't understand what scripture says, to just skip it. Well, I could not get past Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 through 8, to be more specific. Okay, well, they told me just skip it. The only thing is, I couldn't understand the rest of the Bible just by skipping that. It never made sense to me until I understood what Genesis 1, 6 through 8 was actually talking about. And when I understood that, probably 2/3 of the Bible just became extremely
like instant knowledge, like boom, okay, now I have no questions. All these places that I had these sticky notes that I needed answers, like just understanding Genesis 1, you're like, oh, okay, I can remove all of these.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all those notes that we used to have. It's like once we understand the actual cosmology of what the scriptures are talking about, it's like, well, now the rest of this makes sense now. Now I can tear these sticky notes out and say, okay, well, I understand that one now. Now I can move on to something that's possibly even more important, which in my belief and understanding is, yeah, flat earth is a basic gateway into truth, but it's not the end of it. There's so much more.
So much more. It's just one red pill. You have to take a handful. You have to take a whole bottle. You can't just take one. Excuse me. You know?
It's like take that red pill, now you have to survive on it. And
Exactly.
I can't
Exactly.
I can't even imagine the people that come to flat earth first, because to me it was like a buildup of years, and when I first saw flat earth I was like, preposterous, this is, who would ever believe this? And then I kept watching them and I was like, oh my gosh, and like I said before, like I had, apologetics from the heliocentric model that I would use to talk about the Father. I, like, now looking back on it, I was almost trying to convince people that the Father existed because Santa Claus was real, and so that was a hard ego check for me. So I admit, like, for you, like, coming into it kind of so openly armed because you were like, really seeking, like, at the truth at the time. See, me, like, all the stuff I felt like I had to go through was a lot of dark stuff. And then I finally came to flat earth, and then that's what actually freed me from all the shenanigans, if you will.
well, I'd like to read a post in chat right quick, and this really touches me, man. This is like real with me, but it's something Dr. Law just said, and shout out to Dr. Law. Much love, brother. You do an amazing work. But I love what you just said. It says, I couldn't get past Genesis after the seventh day. My knowing of our Creator was confirmed 110% after that. Same as me, brother. Oh, wow. It's like when I realized that the biblical cosmology of this earth and everything that the Bible was saying about it, it's like, wow. It's like, now I understand it. I can tear those notes out, but I love the way you just said that, brother. It's like you can't get anywhere without understanding this, because we don't understand if we don't understand what it's actually talking. Much love, my brother, Dr. Lotto. Very well said, and I'm 100% on board with you. 110% on board with you, brother.
Yeah, awesome. So we're going to be starting to wind down. We got about 10 minutes left, but as always, we're gonna read the comments from the last video. Just pulling that up. So if anyone else has anything that they wanted to kind of bring up before we call this stream, I'd love to hear it.
I actually did want to have. I did have something else I wanted to bring up. I'm very sorry I haven't done this beforehand, but Tommy at That Flat Fellow is having a pretty important show next Saturday at 9 o'clock p.m. It's something to do with the children. Now, I have not seen this video. I've heard a lot about it, and honestly, I really think this is it's a great job of what Tommy, That Flat Fellow, is doing over at his channel and his works and stuff like that. I think he's doing an amazing job. I want to give a big shout out to Tommy, That Flat Fellow, and I want to just kind of include that everybody keep it on your mind to check out his show next Saturday. About what he's presenting.
Sweet, yeah.
It's a big project. He said like 31 people worked on it, so we definitely need to make sure to check it out.
Oh yeah. I think we stream at the same time, and so I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do about that, but I know at least I'm gonna put it on the TV for my children so they can at least watch it while I'm doing the stream. So they'll definitely have those views. But yeah, I'm gonna pull these up real quick. These are the comments from the last video. This one's from the enclosed cosmology of this video. We got Anthony saying, "Oops, I forgot to leave a comment." You're a liar because you didn't forget. And then Wendy Moore, legend. Legend. She said, "I'm not sure the floating city would be correct. In every version of scripture I've read, they all say they stopped building the city. It was left incomplete." Interesting. Yeah, I don't like. I think that the floating city is interesting, and I think there's a lot of stuff from mythology that talks about it. So maybe what you're saying can kind of both be true. I'm not sure, but definitely appreciate the comment. Pepper Mandy, loved the after show live chat, was epic. That was great. Yeah, they're very fun. We definitely appreciate it. And then my lovely wife, she said, "Glad to have you on, Kyle. Hope to see you on shows many more times. I'm so thankful you turned to prayer and Yah and was able to give your very own miracle. This was such a fire show tonight, guys. Love this portion of the scriptures." Yeah, definitely. And we'll be getting back into Abraham as well. So we're look forward to that in our coming episode 14. And then Paula Furman Lentulus said, I was taught that Abraham was discipled by Shem, and he shared the books from heaven that was passed down from his father Noah. So I believe Abraham had writings with the commandments to follow. And I'm not necessarily saying that's true. I'm saying even if he didn't, even if those things were lost, I feel like the Father still has shown up and given information to us. So maybe he did have some of it, but not all of it, and he got information. So, but I definitely appreciate your comment. And then Marcia said, "Great after show discussion in Discord. Met some new people and had a great time. Keep up the good work, guys, and grow this channel." Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. More puzzle pieces means we get more, a better picture of what's really going on. And no one here on the panel, the people we're after aren't those to say I have all the answers, I know it all, right? Now there are people out there that are super well educated that we glean from, like Sean has so many great answers. But no man has it all right, not me, not Anthony, no one. So we think that if we come together in love as brothers and sisters, as neighbors, and love each other and help each other, that that's when blessings will come in, and the Father chooses those blessings, not us. But anyways, to finish up, my wife did another comment, and then we had a Moonglow say thank you, you're welcome. I think that was in regards to their previous comment. And then my wife shared a scripture, Genesis 20:11 through 13, for reference in the show. And Abraham said, because I thought, surely the fear of Yah, not in this place, they will kill me on the account of my wife. But indeed, truly, my sister, she the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. And to you it passed, when Yah caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said to her, this is your kindness that you should do for me in every place, wherever we go. So say to me, hey, my brother. Hey, my brother. Awesome. All right. Well, again, thank you for the comments. That really does help us grow. So we really appreciate those that do. And like always, we'll read your comments out. So if there's a point that you're really passionate about, a piece of the puzzle you want to share it in the comments. Also, join us on Discord. That link is always in the description. So check it out there. But I definitely appreciate it regardless. So anyways, we got not that much longer, guys. I do appreciate y'all patience while I read those out, though. So if we want to start saying our goodbyes, that is what we'll do. And as always, we'll say Frankie for last, so he can call out his song. But I'll throw it off to the main man, Anthony Dickinson. Say goodbye, my brother.
Hey, I hate saying goodbyes, brother. That's why I never say them. And if anybody's ever on the phone call with me, I just say shalom and hang up. That's because I'm not going to say goodbye. I will say see you later, though. Anyway, yes, I was looking at the chat at Take on the World, and JJ mentioned Rob Skiba. And if anybody would like to keep supporting Rob Skiba in anything that he ever did, he left an address to Kingsgate Media in the Take on the World chat. I highly recommend that if anybody wants to help, to send a little love that way, whether it be dollars or gifts. Send a little love towards them. They were phenomenal with this truth seeker movement, so to speak. But anyway, I want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody and much love, and thank you all for being here. Sorry I was so emotional tonight, but a lot of things have been touching my heart in the last few hours, and I just want y'all all to know that I love you, and we're really not doing this for our benefit. We're doing it for others' benefit. We want people to know the truth. And I know we're pretty coarse about the things that we cover. We'll get into more detail about it, but we're a brand new channel, and we're just kind of covering some of the stuff that we're gonna cover in detail. But anyway, much love to everybody. Shabbat Shalom, and thank you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all so much. Yeah, I definitely love this place too. It's fed me more than I could ever explain. So, all right, Daryl. I always love when you're here, bro, and the nuggets that you do share with us, and appreciate you very much, brother. But you go ahead and say your shaloms to everyone, if you will.
All right. Yeah, I didn't say much tonight, but hey, y'all did great. I did want to mention a little bit on that bit about Abraham saying that she's my sister, and that it was the daughter of his father. Well, that was not necessarily his father. It could have been like his grandfather. And I think it's Isaac that also does that later on too. And then there's a place where Abraham also calls Lot his brother. He mentions him as his brother's son in a couple places, but he also mentions him one time as his brother. So the language has a little bit of leeway there as far as is understanding that. I know it sounds kind of weird, like, his sister and all, but it's more like his cousin. It's just the way we translate things. So I just want to
Totally.
clear that up. Anyhow, Shabbat Shalom, y'all. Much love.
Much love. Yeah, thanks for the nugget, bro. And then Kyle, if you just want to say your shaloms to everyone, your buys.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, and I'm gonna send it off to Frankie, or probably after Lionel.
Yep. Let's hear it from Ariel. How you doing, girl? Say bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate it. And before you do say anything, guys, go check out her channel. Support her. She's also coming out with a sisterhood of the woke. It's going to be like a girls chat. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, say bye, everyone. Let us know about that, what you got going on, and yeah.
It's so much fun tonight. Thank you guys for having me. Excuse me. Yeah, so Sisterhood of the Woke Warrior Queens on Sundays. This coming Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My guest is going to be Steffi P. So I'd love for you, all the ladies, to join in over there. I have enjoyed talking with some intelligent people, like-minded brothers tonight. And sharing my heart and passion for spreading the truth was awesome. So thanks for having me, and I hope to be back again.
Yes, of course. Yes, we always like having new people on, and anyone. This goes for everyone. Like, you're always welcome to join us. If you know we're going on, you don't got anything going on, and you want to join in talking the discussion, we're always willing and for having people here to join us. So that invitation goes to you as well. But we definitely appreciate you being here as well. And I'll go ahead and drop a link in the chat on Take of the World, as well as on our YouTube, Enclosed Cosmology. Those that are on Take of the World, if you don't have us on Enclosed Cosmology, go check us out. Give us a subscription. I think we're 15 away from 400. So yeah, we're going up there, and reaching more pieces and getting more parts of that parts of that puzzle. So, anyways, we appreciate you there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it off to Frankie. Go ahead and wrap us all up, sir. Oh, you there?
Shabbat shalom, everyone. I hope you had a great Saturday. Just remember, just do whatever is in your heart. Whatever your passion is, seek it and see it and enjoy it, because Yah has put beautiful things in our hearts and given us all the power and ability to do whatever we seek to do, whether it's write poetry or lyrics or stories, sing, whatever you find your heart's passion to do, just seek it and do it unto Yah. And remember, love is your witness, and all the love you give is the showing of Christ in you. So just have a blessed week and enjoy the outro. Love is your witness.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Love is your witness. Love is your witness. Love is your witness.